Guys, this is Mark and Ian, one step ahead. Today we'll be talking about audio solutions for you. Now, a lot of people are jumping on live. A lot of people are doing, scripted videos and all this kind of fun stuff. So we're going to review some of the options that we use that have been working fantastic for us. Audio is a big thing for videos, period. If your audio has bad, or if your video has bad audio, you're going to get a lot of people tuning out. Within the first 3 seconds, they're going to be like, what is this, amateur hour? So the thing is, you need to get your audio on point. So the selections we'll be going over today are the Blue Yeti, which I love. I actually got a couple of them. I got another one laying around here too. Then we're going to be talking about the Lav Mic, which is preferred by newscasters, broadcasters, and everything, just because of mobility and because, well, they just sound amazing. And then the popular Apple headphones. And not really just Apple's, but for the most part, when you get a new phone, you get some good headphones. And the speakers and the audio and all this kind of stuff are good. Hey, Ian, how are you doing today?
Hey, pretty good, man. Just sharing the live here. Be right with you guys.
Yeah, no worries, man. I forgot to intro you a little bit. I've just been having a hell of a week. So, okay. So as I was talking about, audio is a big thing. And as anyone who jumps into their Facebook Live starts getting right off the bat, like you start doing these Facebook Live things, and the first thing is you actually have the guts to jump on and do it. That's the hardest thing in the world to do. But then you start perfecting your craft a little bit. You worry about your video, you worry about the audio, you worry about the sharing, you worry about, it's almost like you kind of like start upping your game. Now, audio is one of the key components. Like we talked about it earlier, and we were talking about some of the broadcasts we really like because the audio. Like Kim, who's got an amazing voice, and she brings it every week with her audio, which we really love too. But you need the right equipment to get that across. Like Luann Noguera, who has an amazing podcast, probably in my opinion, the best podcast in interior design. She's got a sound team that actually edits her podcast, so they sound amazing. And it really does allow you to actually focus on the verbiage that's happening and also not tune out. Tuning out is a lot of people will start watching a video, start watching audio, and all of a sudden within 5 seconds they'll know, or not even 5 seconds, maybe like half a second before they just click off. So audio is really, really important because when you start talking and delivering a message, you want to make sure that people are hearing it and not hearing that crackle or that echo that sometimes even hits our broadcast. Right, Ian?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, bottom line is when people are scrolling down, their feed and you catch their eye, the second thing is, you catch their ear. And if the audio is not really good enough, that's probably one of the best ways to lose someone's attention, I would say, at least mine.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, hey, also, okay, for everyone viewing, please feel free to ask questions, comments. We will actually highlight you right on our screen. Get a little visibility out there. So if you guys want to ask questions, send a little love. I know Ian hates this pandering, but at the same time, I love the chatter. So okay, let's jump right in. Let's talk number one. This is Ian's favorite, the Lav Mic.
Okay, so yeah, let me show you guys this mic here. And Mark, while I'm showing this, just to let you know, I've shared to the first two, but Facebook Live and Showcase still need. So, all right, check it out, guys. I want to show you guys this mic right here. Some of you guys have seen me using this on my produced videos when I'm like going around the city with my gimbal. And let me show you the whole thing here. So this is a Lav Mic, and this is a recorder. It records the audio right to this thing right here. So what is the reason that I use this, and what are the pros and cons? The reason I use this when I'm making these videos out and about is because when I'm out in the city or I'm out at a market or convention or whatever, there's a lot of background noise, and the audio just picked up right from the phone is not going to be pro level. So this particular Lav Mic, which is made by Tascam, it's a DR10L. This Lav Mic is particularly good quality. If you look at any of the videos that I've done going around, you will see and be able to hear this audio for yourself. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, why don't you just get a Lav Mic that plugs right into a phone? And the answer is yes, you can do that, but this particular one is the most pro level audio that I have found. I've done a lot of testing. So for any of you out there who really are looking to take it to the next level in terms of creating a series of content, either video or even just audio, I would really recommend checking out this particular Lav Mic. Okay, and again, it's the Tascam DR10. But now let me just say pros and cons. Pros, like I said, is the quality of sound, but cons is that when you capture this audio, you're not done yet. What you got to do is you got to bring that audio into your computer, and you've actually got to sync it up with the video that you have shot. And so there is that extra step. So when, if you're looking to use this option, you need to really know what you're getting into. And a little hot tip, when you are using a mic like this, any external mic that's not connected right into your phone or your computer, what you always want to do is you want to hit play on the video, hit play on the audio recorder, and then clap 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. And what that is going to do, it's going to cause spikes in the audio, both the audio recorded on your phone and the one on the audio recorder. So then in editing, you can actually just line those spikes up visually, and then you can just take the audio down to 0 on what was recorded from your phone. So,
all right, Ian, check this out. I think I want to ask you the question that most people out there watching us are going to. How much are we talking? Give us cost.
All right, so this one right here for everything that you're looking at is $200 at B&H here in New York. And so you can look on Amazon, you're probably going to be somewhere around there as well.
Okay, cool. Pain in the butt factor, 1 to 10. How much is it to actually mesh the audio with the video?
Syncing it is easy. The pain in the butt factor is actually doing video editing at all. These days it's so customary now, so common now for video just to be done live. And the beauty of doing live video is that you don't have to do any video editing. Whereas, when you're doing produced video, you're going to have to do some editing. So it's no more pain in the butt than usual. You just have to like I do your claps and sync it up.
Okay, that's good. That's something that I've been actually looking at myself to get. So it's actually really kind of fun and everything. Well, okay, let's hit number 2. So like Ian said, the Lav Mic's really good. You've seen his gimbal videos. He's been using the Lav Mic with those. They really look great. The audio, the video, first of all, with the gimbal is fantastic, but the audio actually really looks well. The audio looks really good. Now, the thing that's kind of cool about these Lav Mics as well is if you've seen his videos that he's doing, he's in a crowd. So there are a lot of people running around. I mean, New York City, it's a little noisy. So you still hear Ian pretty crisp, pretty clear, and it really looks professional. So, I mean, New York City, one of the noisiest cities in the world, Ian's videos, you can kind of gauge and look at them and see if that's the type of video you're looking to shoot audio-wise. Because if you are, the Lav Mic is the way to go. Okay, let's go to number 2. The earbud. Or, look, here's the thing. Like I said before, any phone that you buy nowadays is going to get you kind of good quality headphones. Now, Ian uses it in some of the videos that we do. The truth of the matter is that, a lot of people who are doing right now lives are using their headphones like this. They sound really amazing. I mean, the quality is fantastic. The only thing is you got that little dangly thing going, which aesthetically it isn't the best. But what do you think about those headphones, Ian?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the sound quality is going to give you at least a B+, sound quality, which for most people is really good. And you've already got them, so you don't have to spend any extra money on them. And what you can try doing as well, if you don't like the dangling thing, is kind of just pin the kind of wire to your shirt right here, tuck it in so you've got in the microphone, and then on your computer set the sound output to the speakers on your computer. So you can kind of jerry rig a Lav Mic that way.
Okay. All right. So this thing, look, here's the thing. If you're jumping into the Facebook Live market or you're doing some videos, these headphones are really the way to go. They come with your phone, so they're not going to cost you really anything extra. The sound quality is fantastic. And I would say before you jump into buying like, $200 Lav Mic or $200 Yeti that we'll talk about a little bit, I would say really test out if this is the avenue you want to go to. Like if you kind of do maybe 10 consistent videos, then maybe you want to step up your game and equipment. I don't really think it's a really huge necessary thing to just jump in and start buying equipment left and right, unless you actually plan on using it. It's going to put a big dent in your pocketbook. So the earbuds are a good way to start. Start with the earbuds. The sound is fantastic. So many people are using them that the whole dangly thing, that's really not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? And, hey, look, guys wear earrings too, so it's all right. It's all good. All right, so let's go to number 3. This is my favorite, the Blue Yeti. Now, I love it for its sound. Does it have as good quality sound as a Lav Mic? Probably not. But I also like it because it looks great. I know it sounds kind of weird to say, but let's be honest here. Unless you're doing a podcast and the video is not included, you really want to have some kind of you want to have kind of props and all this kind of stuff. This mic looks fantastic. It's a great prop and it sounds good. For me, it also helps me focus. I know what I'm talking at. I know what I'm talking to. I'm on my camera right here, got my audio right here. So it kind of keeps me focused on where I should be directing my voice at. And also keeps me very stable. So I really like it. The truth of the matter is Yeti is something that you could use at a home office or a home studio. And I recommend it. I love it. I mean, there's so many different ways you can use it. Price tag on this is about $220. You can probably pick one up used around $160, $170 on Amazon. They're fantastic mics. And there's a blackout version, I think, too. And there's also something called the Blue Raspberry. I know, sounds pretty cool. Huh? Sounds like one of those yogurt things. But okay, the Blue Raspberry is basically a USB or a microphone that actually can work with your phone. So if you're doing Instagram Lives, you can actually plug that thing directly into your phone, and you have a mic like this that you can use when you're going on Instagram Live, which is fantastic. So for me, love the Blue Yeti. It's my choice. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I like it, Mark. And you're right. It really adds a particular cachet to the whole setup. And for you, if you've got your desk set up there, your blue background and everything, and it really kind of brings the whole thing together for me. And dude, it actually matches the hotspot behind your head too. It's crazy.
It gives me a little bit of an Elvis feel, I'll admit it, thank you very much. But I like it. It keeps me focused. It makes me feel very much like this is where I should be talking, this is where I should be looking, this is what I should be doing. Now, a lot of times when you go live, you're kind of it's ready, fire, aim. You're like, well, what should I be doing? Everything like this. This really does keep my focus intact. On mornings like today, where I'm running around with my head cut off, I can actually sit down here. I got my lighting, my camera, my mic, and I'm rocking. So it does kind of keep a little method to the madness of going Facebook Live.
Yeah. And Heather Bates.
Heather, how are you doing?
Hey, Heather. And Heather just made a great comment here. She said, if you're stationary, the Blue Yeti is fabulous. That's a really great point, and hitting home to the point of when you're mobile, when you're out and about, you really should be considering a Lav compared to when you're stationary. This Blue Yeti is probably, in my opinion, I actually think that the sound quality, might actually be better in some cases than Lav mics. The microphone itself, the coil itself, is larger than a Lav mic. So it can sometimes capture, some like the parts of the voice that certain mics can't get.
Here's a little obvious tip for anyone doing audio: the closer you are to your mic, the better the sound. That's pretty much it. This is a microphone. Boom. The closer you are to it, the better the sound. The farther away, the worse the sound. And also you're going to have a lot of other stuff coming in between you and the microphone. So just make sure that's kind of the rule of thumb. That's just kind of how it works. So, oh, cool. Hey, okay. So what do you use for camera? desktop or phone. Here's the thing with the phone. I like the phone if you're outside because it really, for some reason, the phones these days really work with natural light. And I really love how they grab the video. Internally with like lighting and everything, the phone isn't as good. That's what I found. So I like to use a high definition like webcam that I purchased. It's really done fantastic for me, like for my videos. So I like to use a high definition. It all depends on what your style is. Ian's more like the run and gun, cruising around, doing his thing. So he kind of likes probably the phone a little bit better, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, for when I'm doing that. And right now I'm just using the camera on my laptop, which is probably not as high resolution as Mark's. But I think that whether you're using a medium resolution camera or a high resolution camera, the most important thing to account for when doing your camera setup is really positioning yourself with a really excellent light source. So I'm actually sitting right in front of a window right now, and I know Mark got a light shining on him as well. So that is the number one thing that I think is crucial to a good image.
Well, the other thing too is the reason why I also used a webcam is because I can raise it up a little higher. And I like the angle when it's a little higher up because it gives me that impression. Like a lot of laptops, a lot of desktops, you're looking almost like down. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not a big fan of that. I kind of like it when it's a little bit raised up or at my eye level. Mm-hmm. That way, for me, it kind of works. And I know Ian raises his laptop up to kind of get that effect as well. But I really do like the mobility of being able to move the camera everywhere. And you get that with a phone or if a high-definition webcam that really kind of works.
Mm-hmm. Right on.
So getting back to the sound, like I said, the Yeti works really great for me, kind of helps me focus in. The sound, the only thing that you have to worry is I was doing one of these Be Live things a little while ago. And the funniest part was like I was moving around my mic. I was, playing around with it and it disconnected. Now, once it disconnected, all of a sudden I couldn't get it to go back on. And so that's another thing too. When you are working in doing your live videos and everything, I always urge people to test their equipment out and don't really try to go off the cuff while you're doing your live. Your video could shut out, your video could get grainy, all that kind of fun stuff. I mean, I know live videos, hey, look what's happening live. Try as much to just keep everything the way it is. If you try switching it to another video device or audio device, you don't know how Facebook Live, Instagram Live, or any of these other live platforms are going to really respond. And it could be a really huge mess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ian, let's talk about next week.
All right, next week. Ba-boom!
Impact. All right. Look, okay, hit it. You hit it.
Yeah, so Mark and I were talking about, a topic for next week and came across this one we're really excited about. So we're talking about basically how to present your projects, whether it's your interior design project or if you're a creative professional of another type. At the end of the day, you need to present your work on your website, on your social media, etc. And we're going to be talking about ways to lay out the project, to write about the project, to really get the most impact, with your reader. Mark, why is that important to have impact?
Okay, here's the thing. At Tastefully Inspired, we always get pitched people who want to publish their projects all the time. I get about 20 of them probably every week. Kind of like, PR reps and designers themselves, even photographers who basically are kind of saying, hey, look, my client, or, I just did this project. What do you think about publishing it or getting it out there? First thing is I look at the photographs, I look at the content, and I look at how it's laid out already. Now, when I was working when I was doing stuff for Roger Thomas and Vincent Wolf and Claude and everything, there also is a hierarchy. For example, like Architectural Digest, if you publish that thing anywhere, AD will not touch it. AD needs to be that person who's getting the exclusive, or they won't even touch it. So there is a way of publishing, getting your stuff seen and everything too, and laid out. Now, a lot of times also, if you're looking for your local market, if you highlight your project correctly, the right way on Facebook, the right way on your blog, local publications will see it and they actually probably will feature it. So it really does matter how you kind of show your projects. Getting your projects correctly shown on Facebook, on your blog, on different publications is the key to getting you kind of like getting your brand known a little bit more. And and the other thing too is, you spend a lot of time creating this design, building this amazing project, months and months and months and months and months. A lot of people will kind of, do it really quick, throw it out there because they're so proud of it. But the truth of the matter is, have a little patience, do it right. And if you do it right, you can really reap rewards that most people don't even know about. And this is what we'll be talking about next week.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Ian, do you want to send us off to the Wild Blue Yonder?
Hit me with the next slide.
All right.
All right, guys. So this has been episode 8 of One Step Ahead Live with Mark and Ian, a weekly power hour of tech and techniques to market your design business. Thanks for everyone who tuned in today, who's been following along with us. Glad you guys are coming along for the ride. As you've noticed, today we were doing a piece of tech. Next week we're doing a technique. So really looking to mix it up. For those, if you do have a particular topic or an idea that you think might work really well on the show that you'd like to hear our perspective on, feel free to reach out, DM us through our show page. And also, if you want to make sure that you're getting notified when we are going live, the best way is to make sure you're liking the show page and then turning on notifications on the show page. So thank you again for everyone that tuned in today. Mark, any last words?
See you guys next week. How are those for last words? Good?
Right on.
All right, guys. Talk to you next week.